So back in October last year, I put out a video where I AFK'd the first 2 turns in Turtle Pack. And by AFK, I mean submit an empty team like I am doing here. And then went on to get 10 wins anyway. And I'll put a link to that video in the description if you want to see it before you watch the rest of this one. And in the comments, someone suggested, would it be possible to win having AFK'd 3 turns or maybe even 4 turns? And I think in the previous version, that's probably not realistic. However, in the new one, we've got multiple changes. Generally, there are some easier opponents, I think, and I'm sure that will decrease over time. But they also added mouse to Turtle Pack. And not only did they add it, but they changed its ability. So now, instead of replacing the food shop, it stocks a free apple. And you're not limited to how many apples you can stock. So you'll see here, I'm actually going to sell the 7th mouse, and it's going to overwrite the 3rd pet slot. And it doesn't actually get replaced when you roll. So now we go to turn 5, having lost all the first 4 battles. But now we have +7/+7 ready to go. Now here I'm actually way too quick. I shouldn't have done that. I should have rolled once after buying the first 3 apples to clear the shop, look for rabbit, which I found, and then buy the remaining apples. So the camel actually missed out on +3 or 4 health there, just because I was so eager to buy it. Now, obviously, to get to this situation, you're going to have to replay the early turns quite a few times over. You need certain pets to appear in the starting shop in turn 5. But there are quite a decent number. Other than rabbit, you're looking for camel, you're looking for ox. You might be able to do it with peacock. Badger's another one. So there are plenty of options. But finding rabbit is going to make the biggest difference, because then every free apple is worth +1/+2. I guess in theory you could find 2 rabbits, and that would be incredible. So maybe I'm going to keep trying this until I actually get that to happen and see how much different it is. But here we're actually pretty strong now, because the camel has been buffed. It now also provides buffs on feint. So if it was hurt, you can't pill the camel in the shop, but you can, when it feints in battle, it will have taken damage and it will still buff the unit behind. So you're always guaranteed to get +2/2 to the unit behind, which, I don't know, I feel like some of these changes to the hurt pets are kind of suspect. But they're not really in the same league as the change to mouse. So I would suggest, if you're interested in trying this, that you probably do it as quickly as possible, because I can't see the current iteration of mouse lasting much longer. Maybe it could just be switched back to being replace the shop, because then you can't stock any. So here we actually pill the giraffe just to make sure I get the melon on the ox, because it's in 2nd position, so it can be hit by splash attack. And we're definitely going to take skunk here. We need the strong ability units, and skunk is definitely one of them. I was talking to Haps the other night, and he was saying that he thinks skunk is the best unit in the pack now. I can definitely believe that. Especially when mouse is out there and it's providing these kind of buffs. You're going to see a lot of teams with 1 big unit. I mean, to be honest, you always used to see lots of teams with 1 big unit, and it's not going to stop. Doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to make any difference what changes are made. There's always going to be the 1 big unit teams. Now here we get seal in the shop and cow. Seal has obviously been changed. It only gives attack now, but it does give it to 3 pets. And that's pretty decent, given that ox generally has more health than attack, but also the rabbit is making the health a bit lopsided, so the seal can kind of correct that. There are a lot of camel teams, I feel like. I feel like camel and also kangaroo. I'm going against them constantly, not least because the camel is guaranteeing a buff to the kangaroo. I don't know if that necessarily means it's too strong, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually once the metagame really settles down and has a chance to mature. So here I get the cat, and the cat has also been changed. A lot of the food pets were changed apart from rabbit. I think the cat is only 3 triggers. Maybe it's 2. I feel like it was changed to 2, which I thought was fine, and then they reverted it back to 3. But in any case, it's still incredible, and probably still the best scaler by some distance, certainly since seal has been changed. So we'll take the cat. I think did it say 2 triggers there or 3? I'm not sure. But in any case, a lot of the time we're only going to be buying a couple of stat foods per turn. We don't have swan, we don't have squirrel. So we're really going to be buying the best 2 stat foods that we see every turn anyway, because we're probably going to have to roll to find them in the first place. But, you know, 2 pizzas or a pizza and a sushi is definitely worth it for a turn of scaling. And we take the level on the seal, and I'm just going to take the apple since it is a stat food, and it becomes a pair with the cat. Unfortunately, I then rolled equipment and chocolate, although we'll save the chocolate and cat for next turn, and then that will further increase the effectiveness of any of the stat food that we find. Another camel team. Yeah, I feel like going forward it's going to be hurt pets all day, every day. Blowfish firing on feint is really strange. I feel like that's another change that should never have happened. But yeah, maybe it won't turn out to be as strong as it seems. But to me at the moment it seems very strong. So I'm freezing up the salad just because I want to make sure I have some kind of splash food available. And again, the skunk saves us there. Camel with kangaroo. Definitely no surprise there. But I think here actually we're going to get lucky. Yeah, I think those are pretty good snake hits there. And we get the draw. And I feel like I haven't lost since turn 5, since we got the turbo scaling on the camel. I just take both the salads there and go for the level up on the skunk. You can definitely see like the big difference that's been made to the food units. You know, you can't just have these ridiculous turns where you're getting, you know, 5 or 6 food items purchased with cat, with squirrel. I feel like it's just way more fair now, really. But that was a pretty good buy. Double pizza, and also, actually I guess it's triple pizza. And then it also hit the seal. So now we're on 9 wins. Throw the cat to the front with chili. We're going to double break melon. The mathematics was a little bit unfortunate there. But we've got another melon on the seal, and it's an easy win in the end. So there you go. AFKing 4 turns and still getting the 10 win. I think if you're interested in trying this, I would do it as soon as possible because I can't see mouse staying the way it is.